Why, hello everyone, this is Soul with another video, and today I'm going to give yet another update on the Azerite system in patch 8.1. This is the newest stuff that we know of, and as always, everything could be subject to change. I'm on the PTR right now, complete with my really poor looking inventory, and I have an old piece of Azerite gear up. This thing only has 4 of the rings, which, you know, not a big deal. It's kind of what we're used to. We know that 5 rings are going to be coming in future gear, and we now know that, and here's one of the updates, that when the Battle of dazar'alor opens, as well as the new Mythic Plus season, that's when we're going to see 5 rings on all the Azerite gear. So that's going to include the raid, the dungeon, as well as emissary rewards, world quests, dungeons, and all that good stuff. So keep that in mind. But what I wanted to also take a look at is maybe this is something that I missed from a previous build, but I noticed this new tooltip here. You can kind of see it above me. It says Azerite Empowered. We already know that. We already also do know that the item level is going to be increased by 5, but it also adds this new line that it also increases the potency of all Azerite powers granted by this item. So I'm doing this kind of live during this recording because I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. So let's take a look. Okay, we're seeing that swirling sand is going to, we'll just focus on this. Swirling sand, it's going to increase my crit strike by 827 for 12 seconds. So let's go ahead and select that. Okay, and the elemental whirl, that's 243, whatever that was. So 827 for something of 243. I'm totally reading backwards, and then we're seeing these values here. You know what? Let me, while I'm recording, I'll just take these screenshots here, so that way everyone can see everything. So now let's take a look and let's see what happens. Oh, hey, you know what? We can see it right here. Holy cow! Even better! Wow, thank you, Blizzard, I think. So here's what's going to happen. It's going to increase the potency of these things by quite a bit. So it looks like, we'll see if this actually doubles the effect, or it just increases it up to this amount. So yeah, let's see, 845, 248, 5791. Let's see what happens. 845. Okay, so it's actually not that big of a gain. That's actually not as bad as I thought that it would be. Now, it is something. It does add a little bit more to that extra gooey trait in the center, because before it was like, 5 item level? That's very little. I mean, 5 item level is quite literally 5 item level that is on that particular slot. But now that it's increasing the actual traits that we're getting, and the possibility that these traits can stack, that makes it a little bit more gooder, a little bit more enjoyable. So I guess that's kind of a good thing. It's not as big of a deal as I thought, and because of that, it's not going to make me be like, oh my god, I absolutely have to get this center trait, otherwise my gear is going to be totally useless. Not really. That doesn't seem to be the case. The last thing that I wanted to include you folks on are the updates to the gear itself. Let me open up the adventure guide and go into, we'll start with dungeons. And we'll look at shoulders, because shoulders have the highest Azerite level requirement of them all. And so we'll take a look at that. Let's see, something all specs. And how come I can't see shoulders? Let's try this again. There we go. Shoulders. I guess shoulders don't drop from there at all for protection paladin. So anyway, we already know that the item level of gear is going to go up once Mythic, once this new patch comes out. As you can see, the item level for Mythic is going to go up from 340 all the way to 370, which is cool for from a catch-up standpoint. But we're also seeing that the level requirements are also going up. You can see right here, in order to unlock the first 2 tiers of gear, which is something that I'm eligible to do right now on this toon. He has a neck level of 29. I need to get to 24 and 28, and then from there it goes up. Of course, in order to get to the gooey center, I need to get all the way up to 40, which sounds like quite a bit. So let me make things sound even worse and go over to raids and go to the Battle for dazar'alor section, and let's take a look at shoulders again, which again are the highest neck level requirements. Now I need an item level if I wanted to go all the way to mythic. So this is an item level 415. I need a Heart of Azeroth level of 48. That's up by 8. That's quite a bit, right? Yeah, kind of. It really depends. It's really going to depend on if you just take a look at your character sheet and find out what's your Heart of Azeroth level right now. Because I would posit, I would deduce, I would guess that on average, all of you folks, including me, probably gain 1 Heart of Azeroth level per week, assuming that your gameplay doesn't really change, it doesn't spike, there's no peaks and valleys, it's a relatively smooth coasting of activity that you folks do. You're probably going to gain 1 level a week. Now, I made a really crappy chart. I just kind of typed it out. So next week, on the week of November 20th, my Heart of Azeroth level is going to be 30. Okay? I think we can get that math that math right. On patch day, my Heart of Azeroth level on average is probably going to be 33. And then sometime next year, towards the end of January, I just went up to the week of January 29th, my Heart of Azeroth level is more than likely going to be 40. Now, I'm not a mythic raider. Let's make that clear. I'm a heroic raider at best. So according to that, if I look at shoulders here, I'm going to get access to the 4th tier of traits. And let me just open that guy up. So I'm able to access this 4th tier of traits all the way up to here, which isn't bad. I still get access to plenty of stuff. I don't get access to the GUI center, which isn't that big of a thing because, as we've seen, the gain that we get from that center trait, while it is getting a buff for sure, it's not that big. It's not huge. It's not going to break the game as I'm seeing it. But that's just my opinion. Of course, you are more than free to share your own in a comment below. So please, if you want to have a conversation down there, cool. I'm totally down with that. Otherwise, please like the video if you enjoyed this or if this was useful for you. And please subscribe so I can keep giving you more of this and all things Warcraft. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay breezy.